Yeah.
Sean, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Today we are at your original brew house for Lawson's Finest.
Yes.
What do you have here in your hands?
This is the Maple Triple. It's a
Okay.
very special beer that we make once a year here in Warren, Vermont. I brew this up by collecting concentrated maple sap from our friend Dave Hartshorn down at Hartshorn Farm.
Yeah.
And that's the liquid that we brew with instead of water. And so it comes out at about 10 or 12% sugar. It's from the evaporator at the end of the sugaring season. We combine it with crushed malted barley.
Yeah, and that's actually, this is the sap barrel,
Yep.
right? And the
Yep.
barley here.
Yep. And then brew it up, ferment it.
Yeah.
It takes a few months between fermenting and conditioning, and then age it in wooden barrels for a full year.
Cool.
They're maple liqueur from Saxon's River Distillery. They make a beautiful product called Sapling, and that adds another layer of maple complexity to it.
Yeah, so I know this is just a partially finished product, but could you try that out and just describe what you're tasting in it? Maybe you can tell us what needs to be, you know, where it will go as a
Sure.
product.
It's got a nice, robust maple character to it. There's quite a bit of yeast that's still in suspension. You can see it's all cloudy.
Yeah.
And that gives it a little bit of an edge, like a sharp sort of bitterness
Okay.
on the tongue at the finish.
Yeah.
And so that will all go away as the yeast finishes up fermenting. There's a little bit of sourness as well from the fermentation and some byproducts that will get cleaned up by the yeast as it finishes fermenting.
One thing I think is interesting, after it ages for a year in the barrels, you mix half of what's currently in the fermentation tank with the barrels for the finished product. Can you just talk about that?
We blend the finished product that's aged for a year in barrels with fresh product in order to balance out and round out all the flavors. It also brings a really nice, bright, sort of fresh maple flavor to the finished product, whereas the wood-aged beer brings some really rich notes of sherry, vanilla from the oak, a hint of coconut, a little bit of that oaky character that you get from wood contact, and then some real depth of complexity with different layers of flavor like toffee, caramel, dark toasted malt. It's really a beautiful product.
It sounds delicious. No wonder it wins so many awards.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having us here today.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah.